In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to use the selection tool and how to make shapes. So the selection tool is this black arrow in the top left corner. You can select it by either clicking on it or pressing V on the keyboard. What it does is it's used for selecting different shapes or different objects that you have on your artboard. So you use it just by clicking on the shape you want, and then you can go and if you click and drag, and you can drag it around and move it wherever you want. So you can do that for one object just by clicking. But if you want to select more than one, there's two ways to do it. You can either press the Shift key and hold it down, and then you can select as many as you want, but you have to be holding the Shift key. Or you can just go and make a big, you can click and hold down and drag the arrow key, but it can't be on any one of the objects, and you can just click and make a box around it, and then it'll highlight all of them, or all the ones that are inside the box. And then you can just click and move all of them around at the same time. Now, to make the shapes, you got to go to the shape tool, which is usually looks like this, looks like the rectangle, and you can make shapes by clicking on it, and then this new cursor will show up, and you just click and hold down, and you drag from the top left corner of whatever you're doing, and you just click and drag, and then you can make whatever size shape you want or whatever dimensions. So it's a square or a rectangle. But if you want to have like a perfect square or a perfect circle or whatever shape you're doing, you have to hold down the Shift key. So you hold down the Shift key, and then when you drag, all the dimensions will stay the same, and the ratio will stay the same. Sorry. So if you hold down the Shift key and drag, then it will always be a perfect square. And then for the other tools, there's the rounded rectangle tool, which makes rounded corners on the rectangles, and you use this a lot for infographics because it looks best for if you're framing one, but try not to use it that often. And then if you use the Shift key for that one, it makes a rounded square. And then there's the ellipse tool, which makes ovals if you don't use the Shift key, like that. But if you do use the Shift key, then it's a perfect circle. And then finally, there's the polygon tool, which makes polygons. If you hold on the Shift key, it's just a perfect size. Otherwise, it's actually, for the polygon tool, there only is, it only is perfect. The ratio always stays the same, so you don't have to hold on the Shift key. And for the star tool and this tool, there's a special feature that if you drag it, and while you're dragging it, you press the up arrow key or the down arrow key, you can change the amount of corners it has. So if you're making a polygon and press the up key, you can get and added another corner, and if you keep pressing it, more corners will show up. Eventually, it'll start to look like a circle. Yeah, so you can change the amount of corners. On the star tool, if you do that, you can do that and change the amount of corners. And then you can also, for the star tool, if you hold down Command while making it, you can actually change the height of the points themselves. So you can make a star that's this big. In the next video, I'll be showing you how to fill in objects, fill in colors, how to use the color palette, and so on.